Okay, so today we're diving deep into something pretty powerful. We're going to take a look at this live YouTube performance of Get Back Up Kid by Peter Raffoul.
Yeah, this one's really something special. It's like you're right there with him going through it all, you know?
It's definitely not your average song. You can tell it's coming from a very personal place, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Like, what can we learn from this story about, dealing with tough times and maybe finding a bit of hope along the way?
Yeah, that raw honesty is what drew me to it too.
Mm.
It's not sugar-coated at all.
So, like, right off the bat, the lyrics put you right in the middle of this struggle, right? We hear about trying to find happiness but not quite getting there.
Yeah, and there's that line about the laundry piling up for weeks, which like that visual really hits home. You can almost smell it. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
that feeling of just being so overwhelmed that even basic things fall apart.
totally. And there's also that blaming others element, like deflecting responsibility. What do you make of that?
I think it's a pretty common reaction when we're hurting. You
Mm.
know, we lash out, we try to find someone or something else to blame because it's easier than facing our own stuff. But it's usually not very helpful in the long run.
Then there's that line about feeling closer to 30 than 20, but still looking like a boy. Like, that just screams emotional exhaustion, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. That one really gets me.
Yeah.
It's like this feeling of being aged by experience,
Yeah.
you know? Like life has thrown a lot at him already and it's taken a toll.
And then it goes into those shifting coping mechanisms,
Mm.
quitting one thing because of anxiety, but maybe moving towards something else. It really shows that struggle to find something that actually helps.
Yeah. And it's not always easy to figure out what works right. Sometimes those first attempts to cope aren't really addressing the root of the problem. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a much deeper wound.
But then we get that chorus, that powerful get back up kid refrain. It's like this raw, almost desperate plea to keep going. What are your thoughts on that?
I love the urgency of it. It's like this inner battle,
Mm.
you know. One part of him is down and out, and the other part is like, no, man, you got to get up. You got to keep fighting. It's like our survival instinct kicking in, even when we feel like giving up.
And I find it interesting how he looks back on this time before all the shit, as he puts it, before the fame and the money, when the music felt more pure.
Yeah, that nostalgia for simpler times, I think that's something a lot of us can relate to. It's like this longing for that sense of authenticity, even when we've achieved what we thought we wanted.
It really makes you think about what truly defines success, right?
Absolutely. Like, can external validation ever really fill that void inside?
But then the song takes a turn and we get this glimmer of happiness in those small moments of connection, like the sunflower hat and making breakfast together.
Yeah. Those little things can be so grounding when everything else feels chaotic, like a reminder of what truly matters,
Yeah.
you know?
And it highlights how powerful human connection can be, right? Especially when we're going through tough times.
Well, absolutely. Sharing those experiences with someone who cares can make all the difference.
And then we hear about facing serious health challenges as a couple. That really emphasizes the strength that love can bring.
Yeah. When you're going through something that big, it's so important to have someone by your side, someone you can be vulnerable with.
And that get back up message just keeps coming back throughout the song. It's like a reminder that struggle and recovery aren't linear. It's a cycle. We fall, we get back up, we fall again.
Exactly. And I think that's so important to remember. It's not about avoiding the falls. It's about developing that resilience, that ability to keep getting back up no matter what.
And towards the end, he kind of critiques how the media portrays struggle, saying it often misses that raw reality.
Yeah, and that really stuck with me too. It's so refreshing to hear something so honest and unfiltered.
Yeah.
It makes you appreciate the vulnerability in this song even more.
So overall, this deep dive into Get Back Up Kid has been really eye-opening. It's a reminder that struggle is universal, that resilience is key, and that human connection can be a lifeline.
And it all comes back to that simple but powerful message. You got to get back up.
It really does, and that's something for all of us to think about. When have you had to get back up in your own life? What were those small moments or connections that helped you through? How does this song resonate with your own journey? Take that with you, and thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.